Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooklyn if you're new here, and this is going to be my third pregnancy update. This is going to be weeks 17, 18, and 19. If you haven't seen my previous pregnancy updates, I will have those linked down below and you guys can go check those out. I'm doing a shorter update this time because if you saw my last one, then you know it was weeks 5 through 16. So it was a ton of information. And I feel like I forgot to mention a lot of things. So I definitely wanted to break it up and make it a little bit smaller this time. So we're going to be doing the last 3 weeks. I quickly want to say if you're not following me on Instagram, then you should be, because that is where I am the most active and up to date with everything. I post lots of bump day pictures and fun stuff like that. So I will have my username right here and you guys can go follow me on Instagram and stay up to date with me. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into week 17. So not a whole lot happened in week 17 aside from our gender reveal. I did post that video, and if you've seen it, then you know we're having a little boy. We are so excited to be having a little boy. I will say though, I 100% thought that we were going to be having a girl. Something inside me told me that it was a girl, and we did genetic testing if you're not aware, and we got the results, and I was like, I don't even need to open these because I know it's a girl. This is just gonna be confirmation. Like, there's no way it's a boy. And it was a boy. So that was like a huge surprise, and it was almost better because I was actually really surprised. So we're thrilled and we couldn't be more excited. I will go ahead and put our gender reveal video in the cards. It's really fun. I love the way it turned out. It just melts my heart. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. But we were able to reveal to everyone that we're having a little boy, and everyone was super excited for us. It's the first grandson on both of our sides of the family, so that's really exciting. Cooper is right here and he's like begging for love, so I apologize if I'm like moving or if you can hear him in the background. Also in week 17, I noticed that it was becoming really hard to find food to eat. I was so sick from weeks 6 through like 15, I want to say. So whenever I was in my first trimester, like I just ate anything that sounded good, and I ate a lot of different foods. So now like everything reminds me of being nauseous and stuff, and nothing sounds good to me. So that's been a struggle the past couple of weeks, is just finding food to eat. My like main go-to is a grilled cheese sandwich. I could eat those every single day. And then here recently I've started in on ramen noodles, which is like so random, and I don't know why, they just sound so good. So I'm definitely gonna say that's a pregnancy craving, grilled cheese and ramen noodles. And then I've also been like wanting sweet tea a lot, and I am a sweet tea girl. Like that's all I get when I go out to restaurants and stuff. I usually don't drink sodas, but sweet tea has been at the top of the list too. It's died down kind of within the past week and I haven't been drinking it as much, but sweet tea. And then also here recently within the past week, like ice cream cones. Like waffle cones are the best, but sugar cones will do. Ice cream cones, those sound amazing too. So those are just a few of like the food cravings that I've had, but it has been extremely hard to just find food to eat in general. So that's been a struggle. I also quickly wanted to mention my weight stats, because I totally forgot to mention it in my first update video. So in my first trimester, I gained about 5 pounds. And then in my second trimester so far, I've gained between 3 and 4 pounds. So I've fluctuated between a total of like 8 and 9 pounds weight gain. I fluctuate a lot though, like 2 to 3 pounds in a week I can fluctuate. So the highest though that it's been is like in that 9 pound range, and sometimes it's like 7. So I mean, I'm gonna say that it's between 8 and 9 pounds so far. And also I forgot to mention, currently today I am 20 weeks in 1 day. So I'm filming this update, and that is my weight stats through current. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good to be halfway and to only have gained about 9 pounds. I'm trying to stay within like the 25 to 35 range because that's like what's healthy. And my husband is a nurse, so he's like all about being healthy, and you know, he's also not pregnant. But anyway, so that is my weight update. Going back to week 17 though, not a whole lot happened, just the gender. And then also I had a doctor's appointment with my primary care physician. It was just a initial visit, and he did like a whole blood panel workup on me. I do have an extremely high resting heart rate, so that was like one of my concerns, is should I be concerned about this during pregnancy, because I've had it my entire life. I had a heart murmur when I was a baby, and my heart has just always beat it really fast. And I do have a lot of heart issues within my family. So I wanted to like make him aware of that and just ask him if that's something I should be concerned about. And he went ahead and ran some blood work on me and said that it could be a few different things, but he wasn't concerned about it at all. And he said that whenever we would get my results back, that my OB would more than likely go over those with me and then do like a plan of action if one of my levels were to be off. Oh, one big thing I forgot to mention in 17 weeks was that I felt the baby kick for the first time. I've been feeling him move since like 15 weeks, but this was like a full-fledged kick, and I've been feeling his kicks ever since. He doesn't stop. Cooper, no, you can't have that. He doesn't stop. He literally kicks 24/7. So I was able to feel him at 17 weeks. And then moving into 18 weeks, David was actually able to feel him for the first time one night when we were laying down for bed. So that was a lot of fun, and he was really excited to be able to feel him kick for the first time. I also had I've been like dealing with acid reflux on and off, so it'd be really bad and then I'd go a week and it'd be fine, but it was back in week 18 and through week 19. So it was really weird though, because I would only get it when I went to bed, and then starting in week 17 and 18 I was getting it like throughout the day constantly. So that was a bit of a change and an annoyance, to say the least. At 18 weeks, we also had our anatomy scan planned. So we went in at 18 weeks and 5 days and got to check up on baby. We first went into our doctor's appointment and we had our ultrasound, and then we went and met with the doctor afterwards. So as soon as the tech started the ultrasound, she said, I think I said something about him being big, and she's like, oh, what makes you think he's big? And I said, well, I've been feeling him move since like 15 weeks, and I've been telling David for the longest time that this is a large child. I just could feel his movements, and I'm like, he's big. I feel like he's way bigger than he's supposed to be. And then for David to be able to feel him too, I feel like we were able to feel those kicks pretty early. So I was telling her that, and she like measured his head at first, the top of his head, and she was like, oh yeah, he's big. She's like, your due date's November 10th. And I said, yeah. And she said, well, going off of this, your due date would be November 4th. And I was like, oh my gosh, he was measuring 6 days ahead. And that was just the first measurement. So she went on and measured everything else, and every single one of his limbs was measuring like 4 to 6 days ahead. So like, and I think I don't even know if there was anything that measured right at 18 weeks and 5 days. Nothing did. So at the end of the ultrasound, like everything averaged out to where he was going to be 5 days ahead of schedule. So my doctor didn't say anything about changing the due date. They just said, you know, if he keeps on this growth track and keeps up with this, then we'll change your due date possibly to November 5th or 6th. So that was fun. And then we got a lot of pictures of him, and I'll go ahead and show you guys those. So that is his head with his spine, and then his little feet, and his precious little profile. And then she gave us this one. She's like, this is such a creepy one that I always get. That there you can see him wadded up in a little ball in his little profile. And then this one is a confirmation that it is a boy. Because like I did say, we had genetic testing, so we hadn't actually seen his boy parts on ultrasound. So it was confirmation for us that it is a boy. But he was moving around and he was so precious to see. The only issue that we had is that she wasn't able to get all the pictures of his heart. She couldn't get some of the really small vessels because he was moving so much. So at our next appointment, which was scheduled for 4 weeks out, we're gonna go ahead and finish that anatomy scan and we're gonna get to see him again, so I'm not complaining. Oh, I forgot to mention, she also did check my cervix with doing the ultrasound vaginally. So she checked that and everything turned out fine there. And then after that, we went and met with my doctor. So my doctor came in and we talked, and she said that he's a big boy and that everything looked perfectly fine on the ultrasound, that we were gonna have to come back, to get more pictures of his heart. And she said, I'm also going to tell you this only because I have to, because it's in your medical records. She's like, but I don't want you to be concerned about it at all. She said, I am 100% confident that it is nothing. She said, but they did see a bright spot on his heart. And she said that it used to be an indication a long time ago for like chromosomal abnormalities and stuff like that. She said, but he looked totally healthy and that she is like 100% confident that it was just like a glare from the ultrasound machine. And she said, if it tells you anything, I've had 4 of them this morning and it was literally like 11 a.m. So she said, I'm seriously not concerned. I just need to tell you that. So we're not worried about that one bit. And she made us feel pretty confident that it's nothing. So then we talked about my blood work. I could see all of my blood work results online, so I was totally surprised when she said that my thyroid levels came back just a little bit high, and she said they are totally normal for when you're not pregnant, because between like the low and the high, I was like right in the middle. It was like perfect levels. She said it was just a little bit higher than she would have liked for pregnancy, so she was going to send me next door to get some blood work for some additional levels on that. And she said, more than likely, I'm going to put you on like the lowest dose of Synthroid, which is a thyroid medication, just to kind of bring those levels down a little bit. So I went ahead and had that blood work done, and that came back a couple days. Those levels were totally normal too, but she wanted to go ahead and be precautious, and she went ahead and put me on a low dose of Synthroid, and she said that you'll only do this during pregnancy, and we'll test your levels again in 6 weeks. And if things look good, then you can keep on it, and if not, we'll go from there. So I did start taking Synthroid at 19 weeks exactly. Okay, so moving on to 19 weeks, I experienced round ligament pain for the first time. I only had it one day, but it lasted all day long. And that was kind of a nuisance and very painful. So I'm glad I only had it one day, and I'm hoping that it stays away. But yeah, that wasn't fun. And then, like I said, acid reflux has been a big one. And then one day I had an extremely bad migraine. I woke up with like a mild headache, and it progressed into a migraine, and nothing that I did would make it go away. I was chugging water, Powerade, I had taken Tylenol, I had rested my eyes, like it was not going away. And after dinner that night, I was feeling nauseous, like on and off, just because I felt like so discombobulated. So we had dinner, and I ate my dinner, and I felt totally fine. Like I wasn't nauseous throughout the meal at all. And as soon as I sat down on the couch afterwards, I looked at David and I was like, this isn't good. I need to get to the bathroom in case I throw up. And I like ran to the bathroom, and as soon as I hit the bathroom, all my insides came out. So I did end up throwing up, and afterwards like my migraine like started to dissipate, and it went away. I don't know what it was, but David said it was definitely a migraine because they can cause nausea and vomiting. So that happened just a few days ago, and it's been gone ever since. So I'm hoping that was my only experience with that, because it was not fun at all. So that's pretty much it for week 19. Not a whole lot. It was just the acid reflux, round ligament pain, the migraine. Baby is kicking so much every single day. I feel like his kicks are stronger, and he's moving up. He's still pretty low, but he's like, I can feel him super low, and then I can also feel him like at or above my belly button sometimes. So I think he just like stretches out and goes crazy. I don't know, but he is moving nonstop. And I forgot to mention his heart rate was 141 at our last doctor's appointment. So The first one, it was 147, and then it went up to 160, and now it is at 141. So his heart sounds good, and I have a little Doppler at home that I listen to it every now and then, whenever he's not moving as much, but that is a rare occasion, like I said. We've also started buying things for baby boy, just a few things here and there. We're not going to start on the nursery for a couple, well, actually probably like a month. We probably won't start on the nursery until August-ish, which this is going to be the nursery, and the walls are pink. So there's a lot of work to be done in here. I've started to register for things. I'm kind of just using it as a list of things that I need to buy for baby. So if you guys have any suggestions on things that I will need for baby boy, then comment down below and let me know, because as a first-time mom, I'm like clueless besides what I see here on YouTube and watch from other moms or hear from other moms. So comment down below if you have any suggestions on things that I should definitely put on my registry. I will also be doing a baby boy haul, so if you guys are interested in seeing that, then comment down below and like this video and let me know, and I will get that up for you. And that's gonna do it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and insert a little bump shot right now. Oh, I also want to mention I have not gotten any new stretch marks. I do have like the white striated stretch marks from when I went through puberty on my hips and like my butt and my sides and stuff. But I have not gotten any new stretch marks, and those haven't gotten any worse. So I'm like lathering up in all kinds of stuff, which I'm going to do a products that I'm loving, and I will mention all of that in that video, so make sure you subscribe so you won't miss that. But no new stretch marks, and I'm gonna go ahead and insert that bump shot for you guys now. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. Like I said, that is where I am most up to date. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.